Hey, what's up people, hope you're all good. Welcome back to another video. In this video I'll be reviewing my own car, the Audi A4 Saloon, the S-Line trim to be precise. This review should have been done time ago, but here I am and I am reviewing my own car. So I'll try to be completely unbiased in this review. So my car is the 2017 Audi A4 B9, the pre-facelift to the current Audi A4. I actually believe the pre-facelift looks better than the facelift model. That's just my opinion. I'm not really a fan of the globular design, to be honest, but let me know what you think in the comments below. This car, in its prime, back in 2017 when it was competing with the Mercedes C-Class and the BMW 3 Series, this car was the king in its class at the time. Obviously now, the current Audi A4, it's had a facelift. I wouldn't say it's the best car in its class currently, but I am counting on Audi to get back into that #1 position. Here's my Audi A4. Excuse the untamed look, I just came back from the gym as well, but anyway, so here's my Audi A4 and I'm just going to show you the basics of the exterior. You've seen this car, it's very common, there's nothing new about it, but anyway, I'll give my sort of opinions on the look of it just for the formality. This car is very conservative in its styling. It always has been. The Audi A4 has always been conservative, yet in a very premium manner. That grille, it's recognizable, instantly know it's an Audi. It's a very big grille actually. It's bigger than the actual BMW grills these days, but it does look very smart, I have to say. I think I prefer this over the BMW grills. But anyway, with the S-Line model you actually get some extra chrome pieces on the front of the bumper, as you can see over there. It just adds a bit more, a bit more aggression to the car, which it should do as an S-Line. You get 18-inch alloy wheels with the S-Line trim as standard. I think they're pretty decent, for a 2017 car. Obviously you do know that I tinted my windows later on. All the side profile of this car is a pass for me. It looks very nice. It's your typical saloon body shape, and I think that makes it look upmarket, very premium. Sort of compared to the Mercedes C-Class, 2017 C-Class anyway, was a fair bit shorter. It didn't really have that saloon body shape with it, whereas this car, it definitely does. Around the rear, once again, conservative and smart. I really like the way these rear LED lights are shaped. A 2-litre TDI 150 horsepower, you get one single exhaust pipe. In some models, I think the 190 brake horsepower, you get 2 dual exhaust pipes, so yeah. And also you get an S-Line badging on this side of the vehicle as well. The boot space is evidently massive. I've got a bag here, I'm just gonna place it over there. Let's have a look. You've also got tethering points here, and also of course a spare wheel. In terms of practicality, you can fit medium-sized water bottles in the front and the back. The door bins are quite large, as you can see around the cabin. The car is fairly spacious. You have lumbar support in the front 2 seats, which I'll try demonstrating, but you can't really see the seat move. But this is very handy for your longer sort of journeys. The overall touch and quality and feel of the car extends to the back. That's very good. Some cars get a bit cheaper in the back, but no, soft touch here as well, and nice padded leather on the main panel of the car. Awesome. Speakers there as well. 8 speakers throughout this car. Yeah, nice. Again though, you have a 12-volt socket over here, so you can use it as a charger. Useful to have. Also the transmission tunnel, there is one, and it's pretty high, to be honest. But thankfully, because the car's pretty wide, the legroom should suffice for 3 adults here in the back. It's no problem. I've carried my friends in the back as well, and gives them no reason to complain. The interior of this Audi still looks modern 5 years later, and the infotainment systems are functional to use. The user interface is great in this car, pretty much as you expect in a German car, laid out very logically. There's nothing that's awkward to use. Sort of button is at your fingertip, and honestly I love this Audi's climate control system. It's so quick, it's so efficient, it's really good. These are actually touch sensitive buttons here, if I just zoom in, so that's a pretty cool feature. You can choose the setting for your climate control. So 3-zone is basically air circulation for this side, that side, and the rear as well. So there's like vents at the rear in which the rear passengers can set the temperature as they wish. Tri-zone climate control, you know it. Or you can choose to set the rear if you want to freeze them to death. This option here actually opens this very long vent. The vent runs across the dashboard of the car. I love that. And you can choose to close it as well. And there you go, that's just close the vent. So yeah, nice and easy to use. You've got your demister buttons there. There's more buttons here. You've got your drive select. You can choose to have that on efficiency, comfort, auto, dynamic, and individual. Depends on what you want. I usually just have it in comfort or dynamic. There's no in between. Your parking sensors, electronic stability control. I'm gonna keep that on. Keep your sensors on as well. Auto start stop engine. Okay, and there's a couple of missing ones as well. Depends on which spec you go for and what you add onto your options. Here you have the mileage reset button. If you click on mode on the steering wheel, you can swipe through the screen. So you have Bluetooth, you have notes basically, so messages from the car. You've got a compass there, speed, consumption, range, short-term memory, long-term memory. There we go. Energy consumers, drive assist. There you've got your little options there. Currently it's asking me to add washer fluid. Fair enough. Oh, off-road. Okay. It's not a Quattro. Let me just clarify. Clusters themselves are very clean. For a 2017 Audi, it uses white lights, so it looks nice and bright. It looks modern almost. Some BMWs, even 2017 models, get sort of, you know, disgusting red, orangey lights, and it just makes the car look really old-fashioned. So I really rate Audi for that. That's really cool. Voice command, it's not like Google Voice or S Voice, so it's not going to be very, you know, efficient. But let's see what it can do. Turn on the radio.
Radio.
That's fair enough.
A few minutes later.
For Wild Bean Cafe in the immediate vicinity.
Sorry, I'm not looking for Wild Bean Cafe.
I'm searching for Wild Bean Cafe in the immediate vicinity.
Okay, how do I cancel this? Cancel.
Say the line number.
Cancel. Right. Anyway, moving swiftly on. Over here at your hand you have the rotary control system. This Audi MMI system is very simple to use and it's great whilst you're driving because you can navigate through the options very quickly. Audi smartphone, you can connect your phone obviously. Settings. I'm not going to go through them, that's just very tedious. Audi Connect, you can use the Audi app and you know, you can obviously you need to pay for the system as well, but it's futile for me pretty much. Map, you can just have the map up. I usually have the map up, honestly. It's just nice to know where you're going at times. Navigation, media, radio, sound. Let's go on sound. So you can set obviously the bass is all the way up. Balance fader. So you can sort of choose where to have your sound and kind of have it towards me, because why not? Car. And that's another way of accessing your Audi Drive Select, so you can go on car and do that way as well. So yeah, that's basic functions of the infotainment screen. The glove box is a great size. You can fit the look at this, the Audi, what do you call it? What is this thing? The manual, yes, the car manual. Fit the manual in there nicely. You've got an SD card slot for your navigation. Surprised that light isn't LED, by the way. At the top you have the option to turn on the light. These lights are actually touch sensitive. There we go. Yeah, I like that. From here you can choose to turn on the wing mirror heaters, and you also have a button to open the boot from here. The pedals, you get chrome pedals in the S-Line trim. Adds a bit more flair to it. And yeah, there we go. That's the basics of the dashboard and the functions of the car at the front. I like it, it's roomy, the seats are very nice, plenty of adjustment as well from here. So let's take it for a drive, shall we? Let's go. As soon as you start driving the car, you realize that instantly that's very refined. It's a settled ride. Because of the saloon body shape as well, it kind of like filters out any discomfort that you would usually feel in a smaller sized car. But that comes with the sacrifice of fun. Now the Audi A4 is notorious for being a very comfortable car, but it's always fell short in terms of having an enjoyable ride. I'm not saying it's not enjoyable, but it's not truly engaging either. It just goes about its business. Obviously there's nothing wrong with that, you know, that's what it's for essentially. So this car has the standard 150 horsepower diesel engine, 2-litre diesel engine, and it's great. Honestly, I do really love this engine. I think this engine is very popular in the Volkswagen range. It's used across a lot of different cars in the Volkswagen group. This car has the ability to achieve 70 miles per gallon on the motorway, which is insane, which is why I really like this engine. And that's obviously also one of the reasons why, that's obviously one of the reasons why the road tax is only £20 on one of these cars, because that's just how efficient they are. Fuel lasts long, it really does. And that's why these cars are often preferred for commuters. These cars are often taken as for business use. really not having much luck with the sun today, am I? Like, bro, I appreciate the glow, but there's a time and there's a place, right? Thank you. So anyway, I'd say the steering wheel could be a bit more engaging. It's not as fun as a BMW 3 Series or a Jaguar XE, and obviously this is front wheel drive, so it's very professional in its manner, and it doesn't give you much trouble. I say much, but I've probably gone over my budget for maintenance costs for this car over the past year, but hey ho, obviously you use your car, it needs maintenance. Hey, that's just a given, isn't it? So over my ownership of this car, I've owned this car for a year and a half now, and honestly it's been a good purchase all in all. I bought this car, I think it was halfway through the pandemic, and considering that dealerships were closed and they recently had just opened up, just had to regenerate their cash flow, car prices had depreciated, supply and demand essentially. So I managed to get this for a pretty good deal. I could probably sell it off now at this point for more than what I bought it for, which is awesome. But yeah, essentially the gearbox is very good. I do like the gearbox. Sometimes it's a bit noisy. Maybe that's not the right word. Maybe it vibrates sometimes a little. So you have 4 different modes on Drive Select. You have efficiency, you have comfort, you have auto, and then you have dynamic. Most of the time, this is in comfort mode because I just enjoy the ride. I think this sort of car, there's no need to put in dynamic mode really. Comfort mode is the one. But if you do put in dynamic, then it just kind of makes the suspension a little bit more firmer, a little bit more connected to the road. The S-Line version comes with 18-inch alloy wheels, and I think they do a very good job of absorbing imperfections in the road. I actually enjoyed driving this more than the Audi A3 Saloon. I think the Audi A3 Saloon is a bit more fun, it's a bit more agile, it's a bit more, sharp, but honestly, this is just a classy cruiser, if you know what I mean. It's a nice piece of alliteration there. Visibility in this car is great. It's very open, it's very light, it's airy, and the car obviously comes with front and rear parking sensors, so it makes it slightly more easier to maneuver. And there's also Park Pilot with the car, which brings up obviously a little display on your infotainment screen and kind of like shows you around. There's not much tire noise, and there's not much wind noise either. On the motorway, it gives you little to complain about. The turn circle on this car is pretty good as well. Yeah, I'm getting awkward stares now. I'm gonna head into Costa and do some studying. Anyway, thank you for watching this review of the Audi A4 Saloon. It feels weird reviewing your own car, especially the fact that you've had it so long and then you sort of just start criticizing its points. After all, this is an honest owner's review. I don't know, I feel like I've had fun with this car, I feel like I've bonded with it well, but as with all things, you move on, and your demands as a human being always increase and change. So whether I get a new car or whether I stick with this and try to make some modifications on it, possibly, you should stick around to see that happen. So thank you guys for watching once again. Please do subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I appreciate you watching. I'll see you in the next video. Peace. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, please do like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below what you think of the Audi A4, and click around the screen to watch any of my other reviews as well.